I'm Jolene Stell and welcome to today's video. Today I have a tag for you. This is the I'll get round to it later tag. This one I feel that, well, I definitely identify with this tag and I'm sure a lot of you will as well. So this is dedicated to all those books that have been sat on our TBRs for far too long. Anyway, this one was created by Quote Unquote, and I discovered it via the website of the Irresponsible Reader. Okay, so I will link up to both of those down in the description below. So anyway, let's get round to the questions. I have them here, which is why I'm looking down here. Okay, so number one, a classic book that you have been meaning to read forever but haven't yet. Oh, there are so many. There are so many that I could put on this list. Okay, some of the first ones that come to mind would be stuff like Animal Farm or 1984 by George Orwell. That I've had those on my TBR for ages. I have copies of the books. They're even short read books. So I don't know why I haven't read them, because they're the sort of books I feel I should read, you know, because they're classics. There's also I haven't read Jane Eyre yet, and I really need to read that. I've heard so many people saying how amazing it is, and I have yet to read it. So that definitely needs to be on there. Definitely. I also have copies of that as well. I have multiple copies of that. I still haven't read it. I don't know why. I don't know why. I think it's because I need to be in the right headspace to read certain books. Anyway, number two, a book on your shelf that you haven't read yet. Again, a lot of choice for this. So just because, like, my Kindle bookshelf for to be read is huge, like seriously huge. So I'm gonna go for one of my actual, like, physical. What one should we go for? This one. Let's go for this one. I have not read this one yet. It has been on my shelf for quite a while now. And this is one I got this from the secondhand used bookshop. And yeah, I think because it's a larger book and potentially heavy reading, as in I absolutely loved The Kite Runner, which is by the same author. I love that, but it's also tends to be quite deep, if that makes sense to you. So that's probably one of the reasons why I've not done that one yet. There's so many others that are up here that I could do. Basically, all of the ones that are here in this front row. Fallen, Clockwork Angel, Anthony and Cleopatra, A Walk to Remember by Nicholas Sparks. I still have not read this. Given how hyped up this author is, when I saw this book, I was like, yes, I need to have some of his work. I need to see if it's worth the hype and things. So I did actually get as far as buying a book, but I have yet to read it. Again, I've had lots of good things about him. I'll put that up later. There's a lot up there. Post-Mortem by Patricia Cornwell, that's up there as well, and I really want to get around to reading that. Yeah, there's so many that I want to read, and not enough time to read them all. That's the problem. It's a time issue more than anything. But yeah, definitely lots up there that I haven't read yet. Number three, a book that you got recently that you haven't read. Oh, recent buys. It depends what we're going for by recent here. As far as, like, print books go, nothing really that recent because I haven't got a print book in a while. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the ones that I've got from Amazon for my Kindle. So let's have a look. let's pick a random one of these. I got a copy just yesterday of The Jealous Wife by James Cain. Cover up here for you so you can see what I'm talking about. This is a psychological thriller. So I got a copy of this yesterday, I believe. So that's definitely on the list. There's quite a few actually. Actually there is a lot. There is a lot on my Kindle. There is like a huge number of books on there. But most recently, that's one of the ones I got yesterday. Like literally yesterday, I added more books to the list. So there you go. That one will do for that. Then we have number 4, a book you've had forever but haven't read. Again, so many that I could pick for this one. Had forever and haven't read. What's been up here for like a long time? Oh, there is so many to choose from. This is so bad. As you know what, I've had for a very long time and I have yet to finish. I started it a few times and never got around to finishing it. It's this one. Ernest Hemingway, For Whom the Bell Tolls. Now, yeah, I started this one a few times and I have yet to finish it. I mean, it is quite a long one. It is quite a long one. This is 504 pages and it's quite small print. You can see that. So I think that's probably why it has been up here for so long. So I will eventually get around to it at some point. That's what I keep telling myself. I'm gonna have a never-ending TBR till the day I die. I know it, but I will get round to them. I will at some point. It will happen. It will happen. Okay, a book a friend recommended that you haven't read. Book that a friend has recommended. Well, friend, I have a lot of book blogger friends, and they're always recommending books. And I don't get around to a lot of them. A particular one that I haven't got around to yet that's been recommended to me. I honestly, I don't know. I don't know for this one. There is lots, like lots and lots. So I'm just gonna go and I'm gonna pick a random one, which has been on here. Actually, you know what, Celeste, she was suggesting books the other day, and we were looking at what her current reads and recent reads were. So she did the City of Stardust by Georgia Summers. I'll put a cover for you there. She really enjoyed that one. That's one of her recommendations, so I'm going to go with that one. I will also link up to Celeste for you so you can check out her blog as well, because love spreading around the love. A book you're procrastinating. That's easy. This one. And I really don't know why. I have been reading it. This is such... I've been reading this for a couple of months now. And I dip into it, I read a chapter, and then I put it aside again for like weeks. And I don't know why, because I am actually really enjoying it. So I don't know. I suppose because maybe it's like a more how can I say it? don't know if it's like harder reading in a way, because like there's lots of like scientific medical talk or whatever with it, and a lot of deep messages. It's very thought-provoking on it, so that's probably why it's being such a slow read, because I'm thinking about what I'm reading a lot whilst reading it. But yeah, I really need to finish this book. Really need to finish this book. The next book on your TBR. Next book on my TBR. I'm currently, this month, I'm working my way through the Spellbound series by Annabelle Chase. It's a paranormal cozy mystery series, and I've already read the first two books in the series, which I really enjoyed. And so yeah, the next one on the list is the third book in the Spellbound series, which I forget the name of, so I'm just going to check that. I know it's not a very professional video, this one, because I'm looking stuff up all the time. But okay, Spellbound book 2. So we had the first book in the series was Curse the Day. The second book was Doom and Broom. So the next one up on my list is book 3, which is Spelled Bells. So yeah, I figure that is going to be the next one that I add to my list. I may actually end up reading it before I finish the other books that I currently have on the go. I'm currently reading, like I said, Shadow in the Ward. I'm also reading 9/11, which is this one right here by Bob Mayer, which I'm reading as part of my clock reading challenge to get me the book for number 11. And they're both kind of like heavier reading, which is why it's taken me a while to do them, whereas the Spellbound series is incredibly quick. It's a sit down, read the entire book in a day, 2 days max to finish kind of thing. So very much speed reading through those, because it's very easy reading. So I may actually read that before I finish these other ones as well. Anyway, that is it. That is the I'll get round to it later book tag. I hope you've enjoyed this. I'm very curious to see what your guys' answers are to this as well. So if you have done the tag as well, then please let me know and I will go and check them out. I think this is nice because it gives that little bit of spotlight to some of those books that we have been neglecting. And yeah, I feel bad about neglecting them all, but there's so many that I've added to my list and my bookshelves and stuff, and just haven't got around to yet because time is just not enough. 24 hours a day is not enough to read all of the books I want to read. But anyway, yeah, that is it for today. The people that I am tagging on this, I do have a list of people, book bloggers, who I am going to tag for this one. So I will link them up down below with links to their blogs. So you can check them out as well. Anyway, that is it for today. Again, thank you for watching and I will see you next time. Bye.